The following is an audio recording of the short story Working on Empty by Problematic Paragraph. I hope you enjoy. Every day the same. Every single day. Megan felt sorry for the news anchor. Everyone was in a perpetual state of confusion, but hers was on display for all to see. Good morning, everyone. It is a cool... She squinted at the teleprompter. Sorry, a warm 24 degrees today. Hope you're all rugged up with a cool drink? The time is 2:00 p.m. in the... on April 24th, and... What? She looked off the side of the set. What's wrong, Casey? Asked a man's voice. Something must be wrong with the prompter. I could have sworn that said, Good morning, everyone. The short scene played out again in full, and then once again it was cut off as it continued in the unending cycle. Megan finished her sandwich and got up. The sun was rising over the horizon outside the living room window and bouncing gleefully over the trees as it reached the house. The young woman put on her bag and headed for the front door, only to find herself stepping through it into the house. She looked outside. The sky was dark. She'd skipped an entire day. She was tired. On autopilot, she put her bag down by her bedroom door and made to fall blissfully onto her bed. Her skull bounced on the floor of the bus. She must have tripped as she was stepping on. You all right, love? Asked the driver. Megan picked herself up and nodded. She'd made to go to her seat, but paused. You forgot your route? She asked kindly. The driver looked embarrassed. Sorry, love. Stupid, isn't it? Nah, you're fine. Head up Fair Street and take the left just before the bridge. Megan took her seat, but instead of the soft fabric seat, she felt cold plastic. Miss Tiller, are you with us? Asked the teacher. I am now, Megan said, finding that her book was already open. As I was saying, the principle of the loan is... There was a long, silent moment filled with quantum confusion. Text and symbols swam over the whiteboard. The pencils of the students blurred, save Megan's, who found herself the only one out of the furious activity. And that's the bell. Have a good lunch. Megan packed her things slowly and methodically. As she stepped through the door, she found herself to in fact be stepping into the building and walking past reception. She glanced at the clock. 8:23. She was only a few minutes late. She entered her English class and took out her things. She liked Mr. Blakely. He seemed to be the only one not actively panicking. And he actually talked about what was happening. Blakely stood at the front of the class and sighed. Only 4 of us today, he asked. Megan had sat in the front. She looked back at the rest of the room. It was packed. No, sir, she said kindly. Mr. Blakely blinked a few times and shook his head. Right. Sorry, not sure what came over me there. It's the 24th of April, if that helps, sir. What do we usually go through on the 24th? Blakely asked, going through his notes. Historical use of allegories? Megan said helpfully. Well, damn, I've got notes for the 16th, and they're on film analysis. Teacher looked up. How is everyone's morning? Not too many jumps, I hope. A boy in the 4th row spoke up. I got stuck going back and forth between physics and politics for what must have been half an hour. And I went from leaving this morning to going to bed to getting on the bus to math and then here, Megan added. Blakely rubbed his eyes and dismissed the forest of hands ready to offer additions. That's a loop and full 12-hour skip. It has to be getting worse. Found my fish swimming backwards this morning. Got any ideas, sir? Megan asked. Do I ever? Some days. Well, I don't today. Just, I suppose, use the time to get some sleep. And the assignment, sir? Megan asked, well-meaning, producing a stapled pamphlet. As she did so, the pages turned blank in her hand. Miss Tiller, you have your whole life for assessments. At this rate, longer. Just get some sleep. Megan blinked and found herself sitting up in bed. Her alarm was blaring. It was almost 8. She was going to be late. She switched the thing off and swung her legs out of bed, got a cup of coffee, and took a seat in the living room, too tired to care for the lecture that there was no hope of making it to. Every day the same. Every single day. Good morning, everyone. See the link in the description for my Tumblr page.